A bit about me. Well, I've worked in the culture sector for over 25 years, starting out as an actor and a singer, actually, and then moving into promotions and events. Now, with over 20 years' experience in events and festivals, and most of those working for Towersey alongside lots of other jobs. I recently trained and now work alongside Towersey as a coach and mentor, which I love. I'm a father to two brilliant children. I'm a juggler, a singer, a wannabe guitarist. There, how's that? It started in 1965, and there simply weren't festivals as we know them now. My granddad and a few of his mates in the little village of Towersey in Oxfordshire were looking for ways to raise money to refurbish the village hall. He was a passionate believer in the power of community and a natural leader and organiser. And he took this passion, along with his passion for music and song, and he turned it into an event for the village, really. Just a gathering of locals and musicians, and it took place in his garden in that first year. It was the first of its kind. It was a long time before the likes of Glastonbury, Reading and Leeds, and it was very different from those mainstream festivals. It was focused on participation as much as it was on watching bands. Truly about being part of something. Well, that vision has remained the same since that first festival. It's about great music and arts with real deep roots and a true community spirit. It's a place where people talk to each other, where they party with each other, where they learn from each other, sharing magical time at the end of summer in a space where they feel a real sense of belonging and freedom. And it happens organically. It's not manufactured. It's authentic. It's pretty unique, really. An authentic festival experience. So my dad took over the reins from my granddad and ran the event for over 40 years. Amazing, eh? I got involved about 20 years ago and became a director of the event some 10 years ago after doing my time learning the ropes, learning all areas of the event. I've booked all the catering and trade, I've recruited and looked after volunteers, built the site, looked after production, programmed the event, directed traffic, pitched tents, moved tracking around, shoveled wood chip, you name it, I've done it. We're really hands-on in the team, not just me, and we love to get stuck in. And now it's a real family affair still, with one of my sisters, Mary, coming on board as a co-director of the event, and Kathy, my big sister, doing all the on-site design and planning. And we've even got my daughter, Jessica, in training as she's off to university in September to do a business and events degree. We can't wait. Compared to larger commercial festivals, I suppose they're much more part of the community that they operate in. I suppose that's the key difference. A lot of bigger festivals are what we call parachute events. They drop in to a site and they don't always talk to the people that make the event what it is. The audience, the residents, the volunteers, the community. Our people feel a sense of ownership. It's their event as much as it is ours. We are just the custodians. That's what we say. I think grassroots events also play a vital role in supporting the development of new artists and new music. Without smaller festivals, people just wouldn't discover the wealth of talent that's out there. We often have labels and managers approaching us and asking us to take a risk on a new artist to support a bigger name. And it's something that really excites us and delights us, and hopefully our audience as well. I suppose the other major difference is that, unfortunately, because we don't always have those huge names and those great big audiences, we often struggle to find the commercial support and sponsorship which the festival dearly needs. And that's a shame, I think, because our audiences are much more engaged than most of those big festivals. And they really would buy into and trust a brand that we partnered with. they're such a sort of targeted and discerning audience. So yeah, I think that's the difference. Well, I'm looking forward to implementing a lot of learning from our first year back after COVID and 2 cancelled festivals. I'm looking forward to the learning that we discovered from our first year on our new site at Claydon Estate. And what an amazing first year we had at our new home. We learnt loads, and we can't wait to make some great changes and tweaks that will only improve the event. What else? Well, I can't wait for the audiences to embrace some of the amazing music that we've got. The Divine Comedy, Frank Turner, Nickel Creek, The Proclaimers, loads of other great artists. But I suppose more than that, the interactive stuff that we do on site is what really excites me, like our woodland classroom, ghost walks, axe throwing, ballet classes, lantern making, morning yoga, well-being talks, circus, storytelling, the list goes on and on. Yeah, it's that stuff that excites me. Sustainability, well, it's been in our DNA since day one. Back in 1965, my nan was recycling before recycling was even a word. She and my granddad lived off the land very much, and they treasured the natural world around them, and so this became a cornerstone of what Towersey is, and remains so to this day. Well, now we're working towards being carbon neutral. Not easy, but we must achieve it in the end. We're looking to the future in terms of power and what that will look like, and in the meantime we continue to recycle and repurpose some 85% of all the waste that leaves the site. We use recycled wood and materials to build all of our site overlay and decoration and signs, and all of those signs are hand painted and reused every year. We're a 0 single-use plastic site, and we're never doing all we can, but we're always looking to do more. And I think that's the crucial thing. Well, a really good mix of music. I mean, that sounds so simple, but music that has some roots in what it is, what they do. Be that activism, songwriting, heritage, or simply just a truth to that music. In some ways, we just know what will work at Towersey, I suppose. We've got this strong folk heritage, of course, and that runs through a lot of what we do, but we're so much more than that. We're electro swing DJs, ballroom dancing, world Afrobeat, klezmer dance, French bal, disco, Americana, funk, blues. Basically, we like to mix it up and just see what lands. A funny anecdote. Well, I struggle to remember much. Must be my age. It's such a whirlwind, and we're also flat out during the event that so many of the memories I have, I suppose, are from build and break. Just sitting around with the build crew in the evening, having a cold beer and laughing at everything and quite often nothing. But it gives you an amazing sense of camaraderie, and that sort of helps you move into the festival. Last year, I suppose there's one. Last year we were so tired, so exhausted by the last night that we pulled out a load of sofas and blankets out of the empty dressing rooms at the main stage, and we put them to the side of the stage when the last band, the sort of finale band, were on, and then we all proceeded to fall asleep. We must have looked pretty mad to the band as they came off stage, and we loved that band, by the way. They are amazing, but nothing could keep us awake that night. Yeah, that's probably it. The future. Wow. Well, let's just let's get through this year and survive. That's the priority right now. But seriously, there is still real jeopardy for festivals like ours. It's a tough time for the cultural sector and for the festival sector, as I've said many times before. Could 2023 be the last Towersey festival as we know it, in its current form? Perhaps. But something new will happen. A reimagined Towersey, perhaps. Maybe going back to our roots a bit. Something to think about. We're still a family-run event and very proud of our history and our heritage, but we've also got one eye on the future. We want to embrace that history and heritage and take it forward into a new era, to reimagine what Towersey is, what Towersey needs to be to have a future. Exciting. Watch this space for more soon. In the meantime, let's make the 59th Towersey one for the ages, one to remember, and help give us a platform for that exciting future. See you in August. Take care.